Good morning, everyone. This is Ahmet, and I'm the Senior Network Director of Turk Telekom and also the board member of LF Broadband. And today, I will give you some information about the Turk Telekom access domain evaluation, especially on the SEBA part, etc. So, next slide. When we look at today's agenda is, first we are starting with some numbers about Turk Telekom, what is the Turk Telekom, what is the SEBA, and Turk Telekom and SEBA and the LF cooperation, the first commercial deployment in the world, and we give some information and we give some details, some benefits, the Turk Telekom contributions, SEBA innovation environment, and Turk Telekom SEBA deployment stories, and the last one is the roadmap of the SEBA. Okay. About Turk Telekom. Turk Telekom is in the incumbent operator, the biggest operator in Turkey, and today we have approximately 25 million subscribers. And Turk Telekom not only working on the physical and the fixed broadband, but also some mobile, fixed, and some fixed broadband, the voice services, etc. And we are some group companies. I would like to give some information about this shortly. One of them is the Argel and the Netsi, is the R&D companies. And the other one is the Tetenet. Tetenet is a broadband companies. The Turk Telekom Mobile is the mobile companies. Turk Telekom International is a wholesale companies in the international part and the capacity provider. And today, as I said before, we have the approximately 53 million subscribers. But if you want to look on the broadband part, it's 15 million subscribers on the broadband part that already working our fiber infrastructure in Turk Telekom. And when we look at the fiberization today, we have more than, by the end of that in 2023, and the fiber, total fiber length is 437 kilometers today. And the 52% of the mobile station is already, the fiberization and working on the fiber, and also the second player in the TV market in Turkey. Let's look for the SEBA. Although, the tradition, depend on the traditional, the PON architecture, and the data layer and the control layer, working in the same equipment, in the same physical equipment is OLTs. For the SEBA architecture, the control plane is working on the SEBA edge and the data layer working on the SEBA white box OLTs. Let's do some details on the SEBA edge. There are two main, the function is already working on the SEBA edge. One of them is Volta. The other one is the BAC, is the broadband access controller, and OLTs and some ONUs. The Volta functions is allow to some ONUs and some OLTs talking with some edge platforms, and BACs, the broadband access controller, have some the microservices like the virtual OLTs, the HCPs, and some microlearner. SEBA edge equipment mainly located in the data center is doing the control point of view, and the data layer terminated in your own buildings. As I said before, I'm also the board member of the LF Broadband, and LF Broadband and support a collection of projects that transform the broadband networks and the passive optical networks industry. And the Linux Foundation platform was created in the participation of some operators like Turk Telekom and Deutsche Telekom, and the vendors, the software vendors and the hardware vendors and the Netsia and the Redisys. And the main important thing is Linux Foundation Broadband is not only focusing the Volta and the SEBA, but also to cover all the technologies related with broadband access, like the 6G, the 4G fixed wireless access, etc. As an operator, and we are an operator in Türk Telekom, and we are in the field, so we know what the customer needs, what the customer wants. So we get some detailed information from the field and sharing that information together with the Linux foundation board. And at that reason, I mean, we are preparing the roadmap of the next level of the broadband. The several configuration, the bigger committees, you know, the more powerful now. Let's look on the first commercial SEBA deployment. Turk Telekom is the first operator in the world deployed SEBA only network in 2021. And today, we have 90,000 broadband customers that already working and already using that infrastructure. And these are the home pass number, and the 30,000 customers that's already using that infrastructure. And our new plan, and in next 3 years, we will, planning to increase that number at least 1 million per port on the SEBA platform. And you know, and you see on the presentation is the first deployed in 2021, but there are, 3 years passed already. But we did, the 3 years, we did lots of tests. The planning maintenance tests and some deploying tests, and we are get some the feedback from the customer side and the customer experience side. But today, it's really working very good. There is no any problem. There is no any the sustainable issues, etc. So, what is the benefits of the SEBA? The most important thing is capex and opex saving. Today, I am an operator guide, and what I'm looking for, at least 30% advantage for the capex point of at least 30% advantage when we compare with the legacies, OLTs, and the ONUs vendors. 30% is really the big getting advantage for the operator point of view. And the big advantage is the shorter OSS and BSS integration. We have another slides to go detailed. And as I said before, this equipment, this infrastructure is a real and is working very low error rate. It's very sustainable. And the fourth one is, of course, the vendor independence. And you are working, and the hardware on the OLT part is the white box, so there is no any vendor, and the software part is ready. So the vendor independence is another and a big advantage of the SEBA platform. On the left side, you're seeing the traditional, the EMS system, the vendor X, vendor Y, and the vendor Z EMS that you have to integrate each by each on the OSS platform. On the SEBA, you have a SEBA Edge, you have a SEBA Central, so you are just, integrating with the ESS that one platform. So, because of that information, this is a shorter OSS BSS integration, and there also, reduce your capex and opex requirements also. Okay, and during this time, Turk Telekom as an operator, we are lots of contributions, something like that. It's the multiple TCON services, the IPTV, multi-case services, some VLAN-based flows, the GPON technology support, Volt and SEBA management interface, some reference design to version 2 lead, LACP, increasing scalability, and something like that. And as a Turk Telekom, we have a very big innovation lab. And what we are doing in the innovation lab, we are doing some load traffic and stress testing, etc., reboot test and power consumption, etc. Today, at that innovation lab, and we have more than 1,000 ONTs and lots of the OLTs to doing test. And that innovation was open to everyone, and also the LF broadband and everyone. We can doing lots of the detailed tests related with the SEBA, some load test and the under stressing test. And if you look some detail of the deployments, you see the blue one. The blue one is the SEBA Edge location that's terminated in the biggest data center, and the green one is a OLT location. It's currently is the 16, but the end of that year, as I said before, in the next 3 years, we will pass that SEBA infrastructure at least 1 million per day at the 81 cities, all the cities in Turkey. And the last slide is the roadmap. Is when we start with the 2018, and today, you know, the red one is already passed, already doing it. And let's focus on the yellow ones. In that year, the new PON technologies will coming. I mean, the XGS PON will coming that year, by the end of that year. Some functions coming with related with the edge redundancy. Edge redundancy currently working is not a geographical redundancy, but end of that year, it's also, that function is also coming that. So you can use the geographical redundancy structure with the edge. And OpenShift use is also coming that year. And some cloud native product will be ready by end of that year. This is our target. And some broadband formed and alignments and some AI and ML functions is already coming with that year. So that's all. Thank you for listening to me. This is our history of the Turk Telekom of the SEBA part. Thank you very much.